Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dota Yoshi, bringing to you another Dota 2 presentation. Today, on the Cybergamer Ladder, we have WOT Gaming sitting 44th up against iCy, who are 33rd on the ladder. So far, WOT Gaming has burned out Nyx Assassin, taking out Batrider. They pick up a Lifesteal and Shadow Demon of themselves. On iCy, they've burned out the Magnus, taking out the Lone Druid, and have picked themselves up a Darkseer. So WOT Gaming, they've already got probably the strongest carry in the game at the moment with that Lifestealer. He is counterable, usually by that Magnus, but Magnus taken out. We might see Bane being picked up because Bane's Fiend Grip goes through that rage of Lifestealer. So that's a good pickup if iCy do wish to take that out and go after the Lifestealer. However, they might go for their own team composition. Might want to see them split push. They might want to go for all the AoE group styled heroes, go for the early game, go for the late game. Their options are open. The Darkseer on the offlane, during mid game and late game, he offers a hell lot of potential. So it leaves the lineup of iCy pretty free to do what they want to try and do. Down on WOT Gaming, they've picked up their Lifesteal, they've got a Shadow Demon. Most likely we'll see a Lina or a Lishrak picked out following this. Jakiro, if for some reason iCy pick up one of those two heroes, or if WOT Gaming want to go for that fantastic Ice Path. But usually you see a team up with the Lina or the Lishrak, and we see a Tiny and Rubik being picked up for iCy. So, might be seeing the iCy Tiny being run in that tri-lane with the Rubik, and their third support yet to come, well, their second support yet to come. Down on WOT Gaming, they're looking at picking up their next hero. And that picture reminds me of Idra from StarCraft, but ginger and a little younger. Anyway, WOT Gaming will be looking. I would say they would pick up the Lina or Lishrak here because they don't necessarily want them to be banned out from the ice in the next pool. Or they might pick up their mid hero. There's still a Quap in the pool, a Puck, fantastic mid heroes that usually will get banned out in the second banning phase if they're not already picked up during, well, the first picking and banning phases. So we've seen what they want to combo with. There's still a Coddle in the pool. Coddle usually is picked up within the first 3 when he's available, because that Illuminate spam is just a pain to deal with, and constant Chakra come flying out. It is a fantastic harassment tool, being able to keep the carries and the supports back off lane, have to make them play defensive, and always watching where their positional forces will be. But the reserve time just ticking down for WOT Gaming, just waiting for them to pick up their next hero choice. And as I do that, I'll just modify something here. There we go. Okay. So, we see the Lishrak picked up. So they're not going to get the Lina, they will pick up the Lishrak. So they're possibly looking to get an Edict and try and get their tri-lane to get an early tower within the first 5 minutes. We see a Quap being banned out by iCy. If they're running the Tiny mid, they're going to try and get as many pain or hard to deal with heroes out of the way with, such as the Queen of Pain. A Puck could possibly be the next ban by iCy, depending on how they want to run. For iCy also, we might see, I'm going to call it a Wisp, an Io, sorry, to be politically correct, that Io come out with that Tiny, because Io is a fantastic hero. With any hero, you usually see an Io with Chaos Knight, and then Sven, and then Tiny, but they might want that good AoE stun burst by the Tiny from the vacuum to try and stun them all, and then just cleaves them to death. So this could be a scary combination, these two. A bit late, in about the mid to late game, they'll be scary. And we're still waiting for the ban coming out by WOT, and they take out the Tinker. They're afraid of that global presence, and they're trying to get rid of, they're taking out a mid hero themselves. iCy's going to be happy with that because they take out a Storm Spirit, and then possibly the Puck might be the next ban, or if iCy want to pick it up, iCy will have that first selection in the next phase, so they could pick up a Puck themselves if they want to pick up that Puck. WOT Gaming is going to take out that another fantastic support of that Lina, so if they don't take out the Jakiro here, look to see a Jakiro possibly picked up by iCy, or if they want to run in the jungle, maybe a Channel or Nature's Prophet, or even Nature's Enchantress. Enchantress, that's the one. Enchantress, you devil, escape my mind. But still Keeper of the Light in the pool might see iCy pick up Keeper of the Light because that Chakra to be able to feed that to Tiny in that tri-lane of Rubik and Tiny, if they decide to go that route, is very, very strong. Just throws out stuns, throw out Fade Bots, throw out your Illuminates, and the tri-lane of WOT Gaming will be just dead straight away from that. That's 200 damage, then there's 70 damage from that, stun from that. That's about 400 to 500 damage being thrown out on 3 heroes, possibly. And then Keeper of the Light just chakras them back up, and they can just do it again later on. Force out all the tangos and consumables by WOT Gaming, and the Jakiro does get banned out by WOT Gaming, so it's going to force iCy to most likely pick up this Coddle. If I couldn't guess them picking up anyone else. I mean, there goes their mid hero, but I reckon their final support hero will be that Coddle. And now down onto, so they've got probably one of the final main mid heroes left in the pool. Can't really see too many being left to take in, unless they want to run some kind of dual lane or throw another unorthodox hero in there if they want to pick up a Nature's Prophet, so to speak. Pick up their Nature's Prophet for the global presence. They still are looking for their offlaner. They have not currently picked up an offlane, so they could pick up a Nature's Prophet and either run him offlane or mid lane. Go for kind of a push build with the Leshrac backing him up with that Edict to be able to take down towers pretty fast. So then we just wait to see how they want to run it. WOT Gaming have got a strong, and they pick up the Gyrocopter. So pick up one of the top tier heroes at the moment. One of the favorites everyone loves to play, the Gyrocopter. He's Rocket Barrage at level 1, 3, 5, and 7. Deadly the entire way through. At level 7, you could probably kill 2 people with one Rocket Barrage. It's such a fantastic spell, especially against any melee heroes that do want to try and initiate onto you, such as the Tiny, the Darkseer, if they're going to be running the tri-lane against the Darkseer. Now we're going to be seeing the final support hero picked up here by iCy. See how they want to play this final hero. I'm still guessing the Coddle. That's my main guess here. Might even see a Bane. Yeah, could possibly see a Bane as well, because that Fiend script goes through Lifestealer's Rage, and it'll make him vulnerable. The way things are looking, we'll have possibly Gyrocopter mid, Lifestealer tri-lane, and they still need an off-lane hero. So you could see still Nature's Prophet, maybe a Windrunner. She's kind of falling off the map these days. She used to be one of those pickups. It's just a rival Darkseer. There used to be a Darkseer, Windrunner on either side, and now it's just no more Windrunner. One of our favourite gingers has just disappeared off the map. That kind of disappoints me. So now, just waiting for iCy, and they pick up the Earthshaker. Very unconventional here, and that's going to be a hit or a miss. With Earthshaker, there's no in between. You either do fantastically well, set up kills, trap them off perfectly, and get that farm up on your Earthshaker and get that Blink Dagger whiff in. General Earthshaker times, 25 to 30 minutes. The late times for Earthshaker is upwards of 50 minutes, and the early ones you still don't see any faster than 17 or 20 minutes, and that's if they skip the Arcane Boots. So, with the Earthshaker, it's going to come down to positioning. This tri-lane, they're going to be a strong tri-lane of Earthshaker, Rubik, and Tiny. They've all got their stuns, they've got quite a lot of damage coming out. If Earthshaker does botch his fissure, Rubik can just throw him back behind the wall, and then a Tiny follow up with that stun, and the fissure should still be up for another 2-3 seconds, causing havoc for WOT Gaming. But having that said, you can also do the same thing, cut off one of your own teammates, and things can go completely wrong for you. And on WOT Gaming, we do pick up Skywrath Mage. My favourite hero, watching him at the moment, is just fun, just seeing all those bolts come flying out, and then his ultimate, Mystic Flare. It's just destructive beyond repair. I mean, you see a disruption come out, and then his ult on the ground, you're dead. I mean, as soon as you come out of the disruption, you've got like 2 seconds to get out of there. Your movement speed usually is not fast enough to be able to get out of there in time, and you'll take a solid 600, 900, or 1200, I believe, are the 600, yep, no, 6, I was right. Anyway, let's introduce the teams for WOT Gaming. We have the captain playing being Hawkeye, playing on that Lifestealer. followed by his supports on the Shadow Demon, played by Alex, and the trusty faithful Leshrac, being played by Wasteless. In mid lane they will have the Skywrath Mage, played by Ice Smiley Face, and he's flying, so happy. And then we have Gyrocopter, being played by Barely Bear Manon. Probably botched that up, but you love me anyway. On the icy side, we have on their captain's role, on that pink delicious puck, we have Blue, followed by his supports being played on that Rubik and Earthshaker will be 4649. Whoa, I can't numbers. And Raccoon, respectively. We have the Tiny being played by iCy, and finally the offlaner Darkseer will be played by Pond. So far we should be having the Trilane against Trilane up here on top. We're gonna have maybe the open wounds come out. He hasn't leveled up skill yet. They don't think they would have got the puck anyway. He does have that illusionary orb. WOT Gaming do not throw down their wards currently, and we do see iCy placing Rune Ward and quite a defensive ward here, so you can see any intrusion when they are stacking and taking their pulls, and see if there's any, and they'll be able to see if any wards get placed, so they can easily counter ward that, which they should have. Yep, they've got them up on the Earthshaker, if need be. And now we do have a ward up here. I do not believe iCy would have spotted that out, so that ward should be safe for that full 6 minute duration. Down on bottom lane we have Gyrocopter up against this Darkseer. Gyrocopter, if he can play well, will be able to get most of the last hits down here, even with this constant harassment of the Iron Shell coming out. Just missed one, unfortunate, but it's only one for now. But top lane's where we're going to be seeing most of this action. We've already seen Puck rotate off the lane to pick up regen orb. He's going to miss out 2 or 3 creep kills. Didn't quite clear the wave before he went down to pick up that regen. So we're going to see a counter ward come out by WOT Gaming. So it's a nice play by them to be able to figure out that they do have a ward down here. They place their own ward and then counter ward the other, destroying the vision of iCy, making pulling and stacking very, very scary, because at any second have a disruption followed by the Leshrac split earth, and there could be a dead probably Earthshaker. He's only got 550 HP. Definitely a dead Rubik. And Tiny, he's a strength hero. He's a very, very beefy strength hero. He's got no armor, but his health pool against magic damage is more than enough. If we check middle lane out, we have Skywrath Mage beating the Puck so far in this creep kills. He's sitting on 7 to Puck's 4, and Puck's not going to be able to phase shift that flying Arcane Bolt. Okay, you're Arcane Bolt and you're Concussive Shot. For future reference, just so I can call that out myself, and that's an Ancient Seal. So Puck will dodge at least one of the 2 shots come flying at him. We got a stack coming up here, so that's one creep wave just been denied against WOT Gaming. And now they're going for a second one. We might see a bit of damage come out into these neutral creeps, and the pickup from WOT Gaming supports might be able to get these. They do get to pick up one creep at least. I see a nice stun coming through with the fissure. We might see a first blood here. Select Catcher comes out into the behemoth. Earthshaker, I'm sorry, don't hate me. And we see a split F come flying out into the Tiny. Tiny's taking a lot of damage. One more auto attack. One more. Will they find it? He's got an open wounds up very shortly, but he's going to salve up and get away fine. That's great. Great survivability by Tiny, just being able to get out of there in time. Unfortunately, Shrek and Shadow Demon did not attack and then start moving before they attacked again, so they fell out of that attack range, and Tiny got to get out of that range, pop that self, and survive. But we see how deadly this pull is for both sides, especially for iCy, as they do have the more squishy heroes. They do have the heroes that can cast one spell before they're completely out of mana. So Earthshaker throws a fissure out, he's screwed. Tiny throws his avalanche out, and then he's useless for the next 5. Whereas we have Leshrac, Split Earth, Shadow Demon, and the Lifesteal, both pretty fun. And we saw the counter ward go down by the Earthshaker, but didn't get pick off the ward. So the ward's still going to should block this double camp if he tries to stack it. So that will be a bit of an unfortunate for iCy. Down in bottom lane here we have equal farm going on against this Gyrocopter and Darkseer. You don't expect too much more than that. I mean, we could see the tower take damage, but Gyrocopter's been doing a fairly good job to try and kill that Iron Shell creep before it pushes the creeps under the tower, and that's where he has a trouble difficulty of trying to kill those creeps. But he's playing the lane fine at the moment, and we're just going into this little passive game where iCy are being completely forced off these lanes by the support heroes of WOT Gaming. Wasteless and Alex being able to... Oh, we have a little gank going down on bottom here. We have a bottle coming up. We have a concussion. Not a concussion. That was an arcane bolt. Arcane bolt's not going to be able to collapse as he phase shift and to dodge that. So Puck does get that bottle up. Skyroth Mage is going to be a bit disappointed. He might have to bottle crow here. So we should be seeing that bottle come up to him. Well, the crow come up to him soon when he gets his magic stick, and then he'll take his bottle back, try and get filled up, because he can't afford to lose an XP. If he loses an XP, he'll start falling behind. He's a hero that requires a lot of farm. Well, not farm, a lot of XP. Gold is helpful on Skyroth Mage, especially to get your int go flying up, but at the start of the game, you need your XPs. He is the most XP dependent hero in this game at the moment. So, be seeing Puck try and keep him down. I would almost like to see this Rubik and Earthshaker smoke up and try and go for this mid lane. I mean, he's Skyroth Mage. He's got no good escape moves. He's got no survivability on him. He's pretty squishy. So you come in, one fissure, he's forced to run this way. Puck can kill him. You've got a lift, you've got a fade bolt, and there's no way he would survive. So if there was one good smoke gank come flying out by this Earthshaker and this Rubik, we could see Skyroth Mage get hit hard, fast, and start to fall behind the group. But I think, to be perfectly honest with you, I think it's probably too late in the game at the moment. Sorry about that hiccup. It would be fantastic for them to do it, and it will help out their Pug substantially. But seeing a little arcane bolt come find out, it will connect. But that's all that's going to happen there. Bottle up by Skyroth Mage. So if he did bottle crow. Oh, I got the hiccups. But as I was saying, it would be great to see the support smoke up and try and go down and help the Puck out in mid. Puck is losing the lane by 8 creep kills now, so Puck's not doing a fantastic job. If we had a rotation, he'd go ahead in the lead. He'd catch up in the farm. And speaking of farm so far, we have the Lifestealer topping the scoreboards on 2200 with his fellow carry at 2200 respectively as well. And Darkseer is only at 1400, so his farm is only 15. He's not popping off as many Iron Shells. Like, you'd like to see double Iron Shell, so Darkseer pop back here, Iron Shell, 10 seconds down the road, Iron Shell, and then would push into the tower, and he would get the entire creeps. But we're not seeing that at the moment. We're just seeing single Iron Shells, and his great denies coming out by Gyrocopter, just stopping any farm that Darkseer wanted to pick up. Now we're going to see Shadow Demon just rotate, get some more vision up and running. We already got a fresh ward for iCy Gaming back on this top rune. So they're going to be pretty happy, feel pretty safe until hopefully a smoke gank. I want a smoke gank. Come on, iCy, you can do it. Raccoon, you know you just want to pop up, disappear, and then pick off this juicy looking bird. Now back at top lane, we do have Lifestealer. He's now got his phase boots up and running. I'm surprised Shadow Demon and Leshrac aren't playing as more aggressive than what they could be. I mean, they could try and pull these creeps out, force the support heroes and Tiny to come out of the lane even further, and then they could catch them off and probably get a kill. Especially with this double stacks and pulling going on by iCy. They can now start pulling it, so they're going to start getting some XP up on their support heroes. And Tiny's currently almost about to hit level 5. One more creep kill should get him that level 5. Unless these two want to come in and steal it. He's going to throw out that avalanche. He's going to pick up his level 5 now. What do we have coming on the Kuru? We got a smoke, so we finally do have a smoke coming out. I'm happy to see that. And it's coming onto the Earthshaker. I want to see that smoke up. Come on, smoke. You know you want to. Okay, they're sitting back. Problem is, we've got two heroes here which could dispel that smoke. Okay, they're looking about going to do it. And WOT Gaming are wondering, where are those two supports? So they're going to be presuming that these two have smoked up now. So this could be bad bad time to smoke for these guys. We'll see how Skywrath Mage wants to play. They might think that the supports are up here in the forest. Skywrath Mage, gotta be careful. Skywrath Mage is coming out. We got a Fissure about to come through. Puck Orb, no, he's scaring him off. Fissure come flying through. He's on one side. Can they get the lift? They got the lift, and we gotta see First Blood onto the Skywrath Mage. Go into that Puck. That's what I wanted to see, and I'm happy to see that. Now that's gonna help this Puck out. Puck has now came up in second place, dropping that Skywrath Mage down a few hundred gold in net worth. So now Puck, he's now got a bit of range. He's got some XP to work with, and Skywrath Mage is going to fall behind a bit. So I'm extremely happy to see these two taking the opportunities to smoke up. We've got an open wounds into enrage. The supports are too far behind. Can he get a good fissure off? He's missed. He missed with the fissure. He's got to get the lift up, but they're still going to dive him on the tower. They're going to keep going. For the lightning comes out. Earthshaker's still on the run, and Earthshaker's probably going to fall to this lifesteal. We got no rotation or TP coming in by any of the other supports of iCy, and they're not going to be able to die any further. He's going to take one more tower shot. Tiny's got no avalanche or toss to throw off. We don't have enough for that fissure. Puck's coming in. He's got to pick off the Lishrak. He's going to phase shift. He's going to dodge that poison. He's going to stun that come out. Great avalanche come find out. Shadow Demon will fall. So they overextended, and iCy can pick up 2 from that. It was looking horrible for iCy, especially that missed fissure on Earthshaker from Earthshaker. Lifesteal was able to pick. He didn't get that pill. And we still got a Puck trying to get him. That orb hit, he would have jumped in, and then that lifesteal would have been dead. However, WOT Gaming, they did the great idea. They came out, they caught the 2 heroes off guard, but the 2 supports back there, lifestealer there. There's too much of a gap for the supports to catch up. So that they did lose a Rubik, but the Earthshaker managed to get out. And it was nice play by iCy. I'm surprised we didn't see any TPs. Like, if we saw a TP by the Puck earlier, it could have came onto the tower. But then, it could have been a completely different fight. Now we're going to see a cooldown coming out to his Darkseid. Darkseid doesn't have that rocket up. He's got hit by the rocket, and he's going to fall. So Gyrocopter's, with the help of Shadow Demon, being able to pick off that Darkseid. He's going to put him behind a bit further, quite a bit further. Puck now sitting solidly on top of the leaderboard after those 2 kills and 1 assist, so his game's starting to take off a bit. He's picked up his Staff of Wizardry, so he will be going for a push staff and not the Blink Dagger. So he's going to pick up that 4 staff purely because of Skywrath Mage. If Skywrath Mage picks up Rod of Atos, even the Silence, you need to get that 4 staff off. Ah, my apologies. Get that 4 staff off because your Blink will be on cooldown. Fissure coming out, lift, going to see a Fade Bolt, and the orb come flying through. He's not going to be able to get that thing off. He's going to throw it out. The Earthshaker's going to be able to get out of there. So, another good rotation by the smoke. They did use the smoke, because Earthshaker did have a smoke. So, another rotation of smoke gank from the Earthshaker and Rubik. Good, put to good use. It's what they've started to do, and they should have been doing earlier. But it's fantastic to see now, as they are starting to win the lane back in their favour. Tiny, I can't say is winning, but the Puck is now winning. Puck's going to have a pretty fast Blink Dagger, or 4 staff in this occasion. I'm going to see this. Chronosense Tiny, yep, Tiny's going to be dived on. They got an Earthshaker, got a Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon's just sharp Soul Catcher, split Earth, and we got a dead Tiny. We got a Puck come flying in with that haste. They might find the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon will find. He's going to jump. He's going to come through with the haste. Going to try and find this Lifesteal. Lifesteal does have infest. Hasn't infested yet. Going to possibly see an infest shortly. We're going to see Silence come flying out. Still on haste. 1 more auto attack. Great fissure. He's going to come flying through. He shifts it. He's going to be happy about that. He's going to throw it back in. Shark will die. Not Earthshaker. Lifesteal's turning around, finishing off the Rubik. We've got the Skywrath Mage come flying through. He phase shifts that final Arcane Bolt. He's got the Silence off. He wants that 1 extra attack. Puck's going to get away from that final attack. And now Skywrath Mage is in a world of hurt. We got the Puck coming through with the Orb. Orb's going to hit. Then we got the Darkseid Disruption's going to come flying out. He's going to save him for that few extra. Vacuum's coming in. He's going to send him up for the diff. Puck comes in too far and gets picked off. And now we've got the dead Shadow Demon. Now with Earthshack cancelling that split Earth. We're going to see the stun come out, but he doesn't have enough to toss. He's now got enough to toss. He's going to try and toss him back. Not going to have enough damage. He's going to toss the creep instead. Darkseid's going to try and come down. He's going to creep cut this wave, and they're going to take a lot of damage onto this tower. All in the meanwhile, we have Gyrocopter sitting up farming. He's sitting on 1.4k. I feel as if he should have TP'd up top. He had a cooldown. He could have got a kill or 2, which would have been better than a few creep waves, and it would have saved his teammates from absolute certain death. It was great play by both teams, finding the weaknesses at each other, but the way that WOT Gaming were playing, they were trickling in. They were just trickling one by one by one. iCy, they were doing the same as well, but that puck with that haste were able to come in, turn the fight around. Once again, he's been getting lucky runes the entire game. That haste was able to help him. The double damage helped him secure a kill earlier at top lane when they dived on him. So, Puck is getting some great runes, being able to turn the fight to an advantage, and keeping his team kind of in the lead. At the moment, they're about to lose the XP, and they're currently behind 2k gold in gold. And that's purely because the farm of this lifesteal so far. And we got a Puck Dream Coil coming out. Got a death on the Shack instantly. Another 2 auto attacks out onto the Shadow Demon. He will fall. Needs just an avalanche. Gonna see a Fisher come flying through. It's gonna miss on the avalanche, and this is gonna spell safety for the lifestealer. If that avalanche hit, we would have had another orb come flying through. Would have had a lift. He's got the concussive shot. So slow by the Skywrath Mage. However, lifestealer is going to survive luckily on that. He still did have the rage, but if they changed the stuns up perfect by iCy, we would have had a dead lifestealer. But at the moment, he's got his armor up and running, so he's going to be hitting very hard. He's going to probably be hitting for most of these heroes, except for Tiny, about 1/3, a quarter of their health per attack. So he's going to be doing a load of damage coming up in this next fight. And we do have WOT Gaming. They're all starting to group up around this tower. We do have vision by iCy if they do decide to move into the jungle. And we do have three supports sitting on the wake, waiting for WOT Gaming's moves if they want to try and dive on this Tiny. But Tiny's playing too defensively. He doesn't have any mana, so he can't do too much. So likely to see iCy. They've already started to rotate. Oceanic is coming mid. No one's in mid. He's going to pick up his level 6. He's got a smoke sitting on him. The wards, still the wards. I want to commend iCy for their wards at the moment. They've got a defensive ward here for the next few seconds, which are spotting the rotation out by WOT Gaming. WOT Gaming shouldn't find anyone around in this jungle because they do know that people are rotating through. We don't have any counter wards up for the Shadow Demon or Skywrath Mage or the Shrek. So they're not going to be able to do any counter ward on their own, and they've got extremely aggressive wards here. They've got the lane ward, and they've got the almost river. Yeah, almost river. They can't quite see that rune spawn. And we're seeing Arcane Bolt coming out and doing that was concussive shot, doing very minimal damage. And they do know the ward's here, so they're going to get rid of this ward. Are they going to be able to deny this tower? There's a lot of damage come flying out by this lifesteal. Lifesteal can turn. He's going to rage up. He's going to turn around. He's going for this Tiny. He's doing a lot of damage to this Tiny. Tiny may fall. Split Earth's going to miss, but he's still going to hit. Avalanche is going to out before he does. Fisher comes flying through. Puck's going to die because he was silenced up. We're going to see Lifesteal turn around. Armlet Hogan being able to pick off that Earth Shaker. Now he's going to turn to this Rubik. We've got a dead Rubik. We see a dead 4 up on top lane. Great initiation by this Lifesteal. Great Armlet Toggling. And as I was saying earlier, 4 hits and he can pick off those supports. 6 hits and the Tiny's dead. So Lifestealer playing fantastic there. They're using their armlet with his farm advantage to the fullest. As soon as he picked it up, give him 30 seconds, he was in the lane pushing it before any other support items, damage, stats could come out by iCy. So now we're going to see Skywrath Mage. He's got his arcane boots. He's got 1,400 on him. We'll see where he wants to go. He might pick up that Rod of Atish, as you usually see in Skywrath Mage, for that cripple and that extra health, because he is quite a squishy hero. You get one good gank out of him, as you saw at the start, where there's been 2 good ganks out into him. He's a really squishy hero. And we see a Tiny disconnecting, so we should see a pause very shortly. There we go. There's our pause. And Gyrocopter and the Darkseer. I haven't talked about them for a long time. Darkseer's now got his Vanguard up and running. Gyrocopter has got his drums in his stash. He's picked up his Helmet the Dominator. He's got his phase boots. So his farm's going quite well at the moment. I mean, he hasn't really been contested at all. I don't believe he's died at all. Or did he die once? No, he hasn't died at all. He's got 1 kill to his name. So, iCy they need to be very careful right now. Darkseer, I'm disappointed that he hasn't been teleporting out to help in any of these fights. If he teleported up top, they would have had a vacuum, a wall, and even a surge to save some of those heroes. Especially the Tiny. If he came in, Tiny had at least 9 seconds he was being attacked. The teleport in and then surge onto that Tiny would have saved the Tiny's life, given him that avalanche to be properly used instead of that lifestealer who didn't take much damage at all to that. So I'm gonna call that a misplay by the Darkseer. If he TP'd top, I don't believe they would have lost their 4 heroes. I reckon they could have turned that around, picked off the Skywrath Mage, Shadow Demon, Leshrac. If depending on the armlet toggling and the infest state of the lifestealer could have gotten out of there. But I'm disappointed the Darkseer didn't come up. That would have helped quite a lot, because now, as you see from that team fight, it's gone from 2.5k advantage to just over 5k, so they doubled their advantage. They were behind by 2k, now they're ahead by 3k. That one single fight. So unfortunately, iCy did get dived on the tower. WOT Gaming made a great decision to come in, and we see a Dagon being picked up by Puck. This I can't agree with. I mean, sure, it does give you the burst, but you need something as like your 4-staff or your Blink Dagger. You need to be able to get in there and initiate. You don't have really anyone to initiate. Sure, you've got Earthshaker at the 50-minute mark when he's got his Blink Dagger. You've got your Darkseer on his farm the way he's going. Probably about the 24-minute mark if he decides to go for the blink routes. But on this Puck, I'm really not happy. I'm not too sure about this Dagon. We'll see how it plays out though, but I don't think it's going to turn out too well. It's not the right pickup in this case. They need that blink. They need that initiation. They need to take it to WOT Gaming before they take it themselves. As you saw in top lane, when they get taken themselves, they get slaughtered. So Lifestealer's picked up his Orb of Venom. It's a pretty late Orb of Venom considering it's only about, I think it's 300 gold or somewhere along those lines for an Orb of Venom. Probably mistaken. I usually am. Orb of Venom, where are we? You are 275, so I'm pretty close. See a nice ward come down. If that Puck was paying attention, he should have seen this ward come down. And it's night time, so instead of your no vision from over here, you'll have there. So they can see anything that happens. So it's a nice ward. Puck picks up that haste, getting ready for whatever's gonna come soon. Shadow Demon throwing out that poison. They might... No, never mind. They're not gonna be curious. They know the Darkseer down bottom, and iCy doesn't have a Roshan fighting team by any means. Maybe when Tiny gets his Aghanim Scepter up, if he goes that route, we might see him pick up a Blink Dagger. He picked up a Bracer. So we'll see Tiny making a drums before he goes for any of his big items, because his farm is pretty abysmal. 2.8k. Not pretty abysmal, it's terribly abysmal. So Lifestealer has got 4 times the kills of creeps. And that's it. Email. We see a phase shift coming out. We see the Dagon come find out, and then they still pick off that. The Shrek, Shadow Demon's trying to orb himself up to try and save himself. Fade Bolt. No more auto attacks are going to come find out for that. So I guess wherever that Puck went, Puck did die. Wow. So the Arcane Bolt by that Skywrath Mage being able to pick up that Puck, and Puck's Dagon. I guess it was useful. But a Puck for a Leshrac, we'll take the Puck any day. So it was a good trade by WOT Gaming, and they also pick up another tower. So they're 2 towers ahead, that's 2k gold. And they'll equalize the kills, they're ahead in the XP. This isn't looking too good for iCy at the moment. WOT Gaming have that more late game potential, and with your only carry being that Tiny, and his farm being the way it is, you're going to have to draw this out to the 80-minute mark if Tiny wants to contest this. Because he's just so far behind, it's ridiculous. And being up here by himself, no tier 1 tower, he's pushing it to the limit. We got the TP coming up by top, got a Leshrac, Shadow Demon, and the Skywrath Mage rotating around, trying to find whatever they can. Skywrath Mage got 2.8k, he's going to start working towards a very fast scythe. He's picked up his Mystic Staff. Look to see him pick up an Arcane Orb later on. We got a Smoke up, and this Tiny's dead. Smoke's gonna pop. They should know someone's here. They don't know. Smoke's popped. You should know something's here. They're not gonna find him. Oh, open wounds comes out, so we might see the lifesteal slow him down enough. Oh, he's just gonna be able to kill him. There's no TP by this Tiny, and we see the split of kill still in Lishrak. What a scumbag. No, I'm kidding, Lishrak. So, Tiny, you're out of position, mate. You've got no. Your team doesn't have any wards here. You don't have your defensive wards here. You don't have your tower anymore. You should not be up this far, especially with 4 heroes at the time missing off the map. I mean, Scarlet Mage was missing from mid. You had these 3 missing from the lane. And now they're going to smoke up again. And they're going to go roaming for another one. So they've got the lifesteal first for that open wounds. And for that, his health pool. So if he does get hit first, it's all good. They're going to be looking to come down mid. Kill this Earthshaker. Earthshaker's 1 dead. Dead. What race is he actually? 1 dead. I don't want to. Can't say tree. Giant? No. Well, we got 1 dead Earthshaker. Nothing you can do about it. Nice smoke up by iCy to come find that Earthshaker in mid. He was trying to work on towards his arcane boots. As I said, the Earthshaker is a questionable pickup because he wins or he's a hit or miss. You usually can never get your arcane boots or your blink dagger out at a reasonable timing with him. Unless your tri-lane significantly wins, which their tri-lane didn't win. Their tri-lane was losing to the Lishrak and the Shadow Demon. They did do a good gank coming off onto the Scarlet Mage multiple times, but it just wasn't enough for that Earthshaker to be able to get any kind of money to help him out. And we look down bottom. We have Darkseer almost dying to the level 1 rocket of Homing Missile. And we've got, with the Gyrocopter build, he's going an unconventional build. He's got Flat Cannon maxed, he's got 1 rocket, 1 barrage, he's got about 3 or 4 points in stats. That's 1, 2, 6, 8, 7 points in stats. Jeez. He's got a lot of stats, so he wants those stats. He doesn't care about the rocket barrage, because he's not going to be able to keep up with the Darkseer if the Darkseer denies. We see a jump in, we see a great toss, fissure combo, we see a death of Shadow Demon and the Lishrak, so the supports are dead. And now, Scarlet Mage is on the run. See another toss come flying through by Tiny. See an open wounds coming out. See a rage up very shortly. So we're not going to be able to see this fissure. He's going to block him off, so it's going to save his Tiny's life. But we might see an Earthshaker fall in the meanwhile, but it's worth it. Save your Tiny. Tiny, don't go back in. Tiny, don't do it. You don't have your magic wand. You have this in the fest. We see Rubik coming in. He's not going to be able to finish off anyone, and he will fall in the meanwhile. He can't pick up during that rage. We see Puck being thrown in, all coming out, picking off that Scarif. Now we've got Lifesteal on the run. The Dagon coming out, not being able to do enough damage. He's going to armlet his way back into this fight. He's going to be disrupted, so he's not going to be able to get that open wounds off, even though the Darkseer had that search. It was out of there in the way. So iCy, good initiation with that toss, Echo Slam combination. Being able to pick off those 2 heroes. They trade 1 hero. I don't think the Earthshaker fell. Rubik fell. Okay, Earthshaker did fall. 2 kills to Lifestealer for... Did Tiny get any of those kills? Okay, it did look in the way of iCy's favour then, but WOT Gaming, they did pick up the kills in that fight on their Lifestealer. So that's just going to put him even further ahead. Him and Gyrocopter, yeah. That tells you the game right there. Yeah, in my opinion, they're too far ahead. iCy's going to be in an uphill battle here. Rage popped out of that Dream Core, and he's just armlet toggling. He's not doing too bad. Just needs to get out of this lane. I mean, if this Puck didn't have that Dagon, I reckon Puck could have jumped in, silenced, orbed, and got that kill onto that Lifestealer. So, in my opinion, this Dagon is not paying off. So, I still would have not. I still got to keep pointing this out. I do not like that Dagon pickup. It's just not something you need. You need that initiation on iCy. We want to see a smoke up. We want to see a turnaround. Going to open wounds out onto this Earthshaker, and we've got a dead Earthshaker. Tiny, just keep walking. Nothing you can do about your body here. Now we have Bird flying in with that Savage Mace. Not Savage Mace. What am I talking about? Skull Basher. Savage Mace. That's a hot item. I'm going to hate myself. I truly hate myself. Ugh. Anyway, we've got that. Oh, we've got the open ones come flying out. Got an orb, and then he's got to get bashed, but he's still going to be able to teleport out of there. Split Earth coming down, and we got a dead Darkseer. So, WOT Gaming going to be able to pick off the Tiny as well, who was out of position. There goes the Darkseer. Fissure's going to miss. So that's about the 5th Fissure missed in the game by Recomb. That's quite unfortunate. That's one of the reasons why you don't want Earthshaker. You throw out that Fissure, you're useless for the next 15 seconds. It's just... Earthshaker, yeah. So you don't see him too much these days unless you're playing a very unorthodox build. Purely because you have one Fissure, and then you're going to be useless for the next 15 seconds. Because in competitive, you won't have your Blink, you won't have your Arcanes for a while. I mean... Oceanic just picked up his arcane boots within the last few minutes, and that's at the 23-minute mark. So he's not having a fun time. And our mid tower will fall to WOT Gaming. They're going to look to keep pushing this next tower, or they might push the wave and then go straight for the Roshan. However, there is a ward here, and iCy will be able to see that. And then possibly the Toss Echo Slam combination be able to finish them off, which we haven't seen again recently, because they were trickled out on this tower and they got picked off one by one. And we got Darkseer back to base, so Darkseer's out of position. No, he's got a TP in. So he's got that Hood of Defiance. And we see the Echo Slam missing on everything. That's I'm gonna call it that's game. That one blunder there. Gyrocopter's ripping through everyone with that flat cannon. And honestly that's game right there. There's nothing iCy can do about that. They threw the Earthshaker in, they were split out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Echo Slam there with the infested Lifestealer. So, Oceanic did nothing. The toss missed, and gonna turn around, he's gonna come back out and just finish off this Tiny. And that's honestly the way this game's been going right now. Lifestealer rages up, gets a kill, misses by the fissures. And we're just going to keep seeing... It's a snowball effect now. You just can't do anything else. You just keep snowballing your way up. There's nothing iCy can do about this. Earthshaker is too far behind. Tiny has the most abysmal carry farm that you never want to see in your life. I mean, Leshrek's almost got more than him in terms of net worth. So, that's not looking pretty for the Tiny. And I don't think that Puck or the Darkseer will we can carry. So now we have Lifesteal picking up that Abyssal Blade. So, and at least iCy get a complimentary bottom tower. But they're gonna lose this top tier 2 tower, and there's nothing they can do about it. Their last hope is wait for this Echo Slam off cooldown again, and then take it on this hill. Take the fight on the hill. There's been no Darkseer vacuums, then the Echo Slams. It's just been the toss, hoping for that Echo Slam. Open wounds, but Puck's just going to phase shift orb away from that. And there goes the final tier 2 tower for iCy. And this is do or die. Final chance, final very minuscule chance by iCy. I hope they can do it. I hope to see a great toss, Echo Slam onto all 5, through into a fissure, and then death everywhere. For iCy's sake, but that's a very slim chance at the moment. And we see an energy booster come flying in for iCy 4649. So Rubik's now got his arcane boots. I see you. He's got drums. That's all he's got. Compare that to a Lifestealer. Drums, armlet, Abyssal Blade. And then we're going to see a dead Roshan. There's nothing the fellas of iCy can do. I mean, they're going to try and do it. You'll see an orb come through for the vision. Toss, but... Behemoth. You're too far out, mate. They can't fight this fat there Earthshaker. And I said Behemoth. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I played Hon the other day, and... we see a wasted Avalanche Rock Throw. I played Hon the other day because I wanted to play some mid-walls. And we're going to see a vacuum onto the cliff. So that's a pain in the ass. You're going to see the Leshek come up here and have to break him out of here. So, that's kind of annoying. throwing the shadow poison out, making sure no one's up here. And they're not helping him yet. What are they trying to do? Just break him down, fellas. Break him down. Poor Lifesteal. He wants out of here. He's trapped. There we go. Now they're thinking with portals. So Lifesteal's got to get out of there. And now back here. Final chance, final retribution of iCy. Can they pull it off? Can they make a miraculous comeback? No. But I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. Don't want to be that guy, but I just can't see it happening. They're too far behind. They're 17.5k behind of XP and gold. That's not pretty. And all that at the moment, they're sitting in their base, not getting any kills. And yes, I like to draw them. I like to draw the map on the ground, as most people that watch me like to know. And I also like to do this, and that's just my common StarCraft reflex when I used to play StarCraft. You get used to just highlighting things. But yeah, I can't see iCy's being able to turn this around. We got the MKB picked up in the gyrocopter. What other major? We got the Scythe up on the Skywrath Mage. Pipe's now been picked up onto the Darkseer, so they'll be able to negate some damage. And now this tower's got a 4 with the Tiny waiting. They're both waiting. Shaker's rallied onto that Tiny, and Tiny's just running back to base. He's like, nope, game over. Oh wait, he DC'd. My mistake. So we're going to see a DC, and this is going to be terrible timing for them, because this tower's already taken at half health. And by the time Tiny gets back, he'll get to about there, and this tower will be gone. So, what else? Do we have any other substantial items I can talk about? Because the game's pretty close to being over. I can't see them turn this back around. Just gotta see a push in. This flat cannon itself is doing 280, roughly 280 odd damage, so he can easily just take out any hero he wants. Flat cannon will probably clear the supports by himself. So, no, I just care about the dear Tiny. Oh, we got some love going on in chat. Always makes me a little happy to see. And while I wait, I'm just going to browse around on things. Look at my compendium. Actually, no, I'm not going to look at the compendium. Never mind that. Let me just wait for this Tiny to reconnect. Come on, Tiny, you can do it. You need to reconnect. Come on, I believe in you. Yeah, I'm out of content to talk about. I mean, one thing I could talk about is I think it was Near Evolution have now been disqualified from the qualifiers, as they did do a roster change, which is against Valve's policy. Once Valve have invited teams and have your team set up, only those players may be allowed to play in your tournament or on your team. And Near Evolution, they did do a roster change, effectively disqualifying them from the qualifiers. So, if you had Near Evolution on your compendium, you're out of luck, man. If you're a Near Evolution supporter, they're now out of the game, no longer with us. And I haven't been able to see any statements by Near Evolution yet, but I can't see why they made a roster change, effectively kicking them out of that position on the international, or their chance at getting into the international. Have they changed it in the compendium yet? Which qualifiers were they in? I think they're in the Eastern qualifiers, if I'm not mistaken, because I believe they're a Pinoy team. Yeah, they are. Near Evolution's in the Eastern qualifiers. So if you have Near Evolution in your compendium, change it, because I'm not sure if they'll remove them from the compendium or not. But just make sure you do get rid of it. And we will be seeing it on pause very shortly, coming out by iCy. And now, we're waiting for this Echo Slam combo. WOT Gaming, they're already waiting for it. They're split up. They've got great split going on. They're all over the place. So, Echo Slam can at most hit 1. So, fantastic split. Gonna try and come in. We got Tiny and Oceanic sitting next to each other. And then I'm still just gonna man this up. Oceanic still hasn't done anything yet. He's gonna fall, and then we just see the burst damage coming out by this lifesteal and gyrocopter, and that's game. They're gonna get the racks, they're gonna get the tower, and they're gonna probably move on or move to tier, or onto the throne. And the Aegis is popped, but they're still gonna get the racks, and they're gonna might see the GGs come out very shortly for iCy, and that just shows you their game at the moment. That Earthshaker pick, I'm not a fan of it. I reckon if they had another Earthshaker pick, or if this Darkseer helped TP in at few crucial moments in this game, the game could have swung the other way, but Tiny was just kept down too hard by these fantastic supports of the Alex and Wasteless, being able to just consistently... Oh, we see a puck coming in, Dreamcall's popped, puck's gonna instantly fall to Sky's Mage's Flare? Yeah, it's Flare. And now we see the Shark falling on the sidelines. I still manning up, taking whoever he wants to. Abyssal Blaze up very shortly. He's not going to be able to get that stun off. He's going to get lifted up. He's going to try and get out of here. He's got good armlet toggling micro so far. He's going to infest and then continue attacking on that tower. Lifesteal trying to do what he can here. I mean, not Lifesteal, Darkseer. Fissure coming out, picking off that Skyrath Mage. And WOT Gaming is overextending here. And this lifesteal is probably going to get picked off very shortly. His rage is out. Couldn't armlet toggle himself to victory. However, they did get a tower. They did get a team wipe. So, they could have just backed. We do have the buyback from Skyrath Mage. Disruption coming out. TP support. Fissure's coming through. He's going to finish off that Shadow Demon. And we have a Town Portal Scroll being dropped somewhere. Being pinged by that Lashak. Echo Slam coming out into that Totem Slam. They're not going to be able to find it. Raid Split Earth come find out. The Lightning come through. We might see this Darkseer pop. He's not going to pop. He's going to take it like a man. He's not going to pop. Another one come flying out. Fissures come flying through to do whatever damage. With the cooldown in the backlines from a Gyrocopter who's still alive out of nowhere. And... there goes the 3 supports of iCy, overextending themselves and getting picked off. Look at him, he's got that Sacred Relic up. He's doing 340 something damage. So, yeah, that's a lot of damage. I want to see Divine Rapier. Pick up that Divine Rapier. He's going for it. No, he doesn't have enough money for that Divine Rapier. Yes, he does. He's got Divine Rapier. Here we go. Manning up here. That's what I want to see. Barely Bear. Come on, Bear. Rip him to shreds. Teach this rock who's boss. So, expect a rampage coming out very shortly on this Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter himself, he's almost got more gold, more net worth than the entire iCy team in general. I mean, look at that. That's harsh. It doesn't have BKB up yet, so if they wanted to get a chain stun out, they could probably kill him, but it's not going to happen. We'll see the racks now fall. We'll see him might rotate down the bottom to pick off this final one. No, he's just picking off, getting that little extra gold. It's all about that GPM. Sitting on 608 GPM. And that flat cannon picking off the Tiny. So, there's nothing they can do. Fine Rapier, too strong. Open wounds coming out. Phase shift. He's dead. He doesn't have that blink dagger. Oh yes he does. He's picked up his blink dagger. So he's got enough to pick up the blink dagger. Gets hit by the flat cannon and will fall. So now we just wait for these racks to be finished. And that is good game in WOT Gaming's favour. So WOT Gaming, they will be taking that 33rd position on the Cybergamer Ladder off of iCy. So, WOT Gaming will be moving up the ladder. They'll be looking forward to possibly moving up to about 16th on the next challenge. Or even around the 20 to 16 mark, I reckon their next challenge will be. So now we just see a bit of camping. Come on guys, just take the throne.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Why dry fishies? Yay! And then we're going to see a death. So, that is game in favour of WOT WOT Gaming. I see. They did. It was too little, too late. The boom. There goes the Divine Rapier. Everyone dies. Jumps in. Now he will die. And there goes the game. Anyway, thank you for watching another Dota Yoshi presentation. Mean a lot. If you do subscribe to me on YouTube, it does mean a lot to me. And I'd like to thank you for watching.